Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. And you tuned into another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's going on with you, my guy?
Man, can't call it, man. Feeling all right. You know what I'm saying? Just I think that this one right here is hey boy. I don't think people understand. Like, but you are next level, dude. Like you never seem to amaze me, man. It's like the comedic genius out of you, and you can be dead ass serious, and it just be like the shit is fucking funny. So
I'll be trying, man. I'll be trying.
It's great doing a pod with you, man. But
sure.
But I'm alright though, man. You know, just getting through the day. Just had to drop. You know what I'm saying? The young went off at a little basketball conditioning, so doing all right, man. How you feeling though?
Man, I am ecstatic, man. You know what I'm saying? I was out working today, man. Got to quit early. You know what I'm saying? Cause I made with my 100 and more. So I was good today, man. Big money day today.
That's what's up, man. Not mad at that at all, man.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? That's we got to make the paper out here, man. Got to.
Sure.
It's a must.
Sure. We got to keep this thing rolling, man. We got to fund this thing until, you know what I'm saying, somebody funded for us.
Man, look, man. I'm waiting for that day to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, whatever, yo. I remember we were doing the pod one time, and I don't remember how we got there, but we were talking about like sponsorship and shit, and we got on toothpaste somehow. And like I remember we ended up using the same toothpaste. You was like, yo, Chris, like with the soap, I like, yo, hit us up. Like
man, somebody, man.
Yeah, like we already on that shit. So
I've been shopping this thing around, man. Somebody got to pick up on it soon, man.
Yes, sir.
So I know in the coming soon on the last episode, we were supposed to do the GameStop documentary, but S. alerted me that it's not exactly what I thought it was. I misread the description. And so I ended up watching it. And I got about 20 minutes in. And I said, yeah, this is not what I expected. I thought that it was about to be, you know what I'm saying, the people talking about how horrible GameStop is. But no, they giving GameStop props. You know what I'm saying? They talk about niggas who done came up with all these millions because they stayed in. And then I got mad because I was like, obviously these niggas at the top don't know shit about video games, because if they knew and they actually went to a GameStop, they know that if they'd have stayed in, they'd have made millions, because GameStop has been scamming gamers for years. So, that's just, it's not what it was. So, man, we decided to make an executive decision and move on from that. And we're going to do a behind the scenes episode today, man. And what I would like to know before we get started, though, if you guys are listening, if you could go to any of our socials, man, and tell us how you feel about the behind the scenes episodes. I enjoy them. I think, you know what I'm saying, these are some of the most fun episodes to do. My apologies about that. I got to turn my phone down. But I enjoy them. I think these are some of the most fun episodes to do because we actually get to just freestyle the whole episode. And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, since we have such structure and we come from podcasts that don't have structure, you know what I'm saying, it gives me a nostalgic feeling. So I definitely appreciate these episodes. So if you guys could, you know what I'm saying, go back to our socials, hit us up and let us know what you guys think. That would be very, very helpful on whether you guys would like to hear more of these, whether you enjoy them or you don't enjoy them. You know, just some type of criticism would definitely be helpful. So today, man, we got a few topics to cover. You ready to get into it, bro?
Man, let's do this, man.
All right, man. So first and foremost, man, I was listening to the Blackbusters podcast. Shout out to Big Jai and Tone. If you guys want to check that out, you can actually go check that out everywhere podcasts are streaming. But they're a part of the Revolt Podcast Network. Great podcast. If you guys don't know who Big Jai is, he's a real popular YouTuber. He makes great content, filmmaker as well. But they had this bracket that they did where they was breaking down like the best hands in black cinema. And you know, they're bringing up all the characters and everything, but they had brought up Black Dynamite. And he had said something about Michael Jai White where he was saying that he called Michael Jai White a mixed martial artist. And I started laughing because I mean technically he is, because he's a master, I think he's a master martial artist. If not, he is definitely a martial artist. But I started laughing because I'm like, calling this dude a martial artist is like, for me at least, is an insult. This dude is a walking, talking, breathing weapon. Like, this dude can kill you with his bare hands. That's how cold Michael Jai White is, bro. Like, he taught Kimbo Slice how to properly throw a what is it? I don't know if this is the proper word for it, but a untelegraphical punch. I don't even know if that's a real word. But he was basically showing them how to throw punches without him telegraphing the type of punches he's going to throw, so he can, you know what I'm saying, make more effective hits and more accurate hits. And when he was, you know, if anybody's seen it, it's a super famous clip that's been on. It's viral as hell, where they're on the set of a movie, but Kimbo is like waving his hand or whatever, and then, you know, Michael Jai White throwing a regular punch, but then he throws the punch that he's talking about, and like he's hitting his hand every time. And I was like, just little small stuff like that, just let you know just like how deadly this dude is. And then also, I know I've seen like documentaries and, you know what I'm saying, stuff talking about martial arts, but I've also heard like interviews where people like bring this dude's name up, and like when they talk about Michael Jai White, they're like, yeah, this is the dude is like the real deal. He's serious business. And so I thought, man, you know what I'm saying, he's been in the game for a minute. You know, they were talking about how long he's been acting and doing movies and stuff. And I said, damn, man, like he would have been a great action movie star. And what also made me think of that was the fact that he was in Spawn. You know what I'm saying? They didn't bring Spawn up, but that's what made me think of it, because I'm like, damn, he did Spawn. I'm like, was it a good movie? It could have been better, you know what I'm saying? Possibly. But just knowing, you know what I'm saying, like this dude, seeing like the one movie he had, Blood and Bone, you know what I'm saying? Like just seeing him in action movies in general, I just know like how good this dude is and what he could have did, right? So I was thinking, man, since he's been out for so long, he's been out like since the 90s. I was thinking, what 90s action movie could or action movie hero could he take the place of? And I figured, you know what I'm saying, what better place to bring it than, you know what I'm saying, the Viewers Anonymous podcast, because, you know, we do so many movies and we watch, you know what I'm saying, all kind of stuff. And I know you for sure, it's a little bit easier to talk to you. Well, not really a little bit. It's a lot more easier to talk to you because you actually older than me by a little bit, not by much, you know what I'm saying, by a slim hair. I'm right there on your tail end. But, you know what I'm saying, we born in the same decade and we grew up kind of watching the same things, and we were able to experience, you know what I'm saying, movie culture, you know what I'm saying, kind of the same way. So, you know, we got guys like Schwarzenegger, you know what I'm saying? We got guys like Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal. You know, Harrison Ford was an action movie hero. Bruce Willis was an action movie hero. Chuck Norris. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a bunch of guys that came out in the 90s that kind of were the action movie heroes of our decades or of our time, actually. Who do you think he could replace?
Okay, so I'm gonna answer the question, but before we get there, like we had a great conversation earlier today on the phone, and like when I think of Michael Jai White, like the very first thing I do think of, like it is Spawn. That's my very first thought. Right. But my second thought was it was an HBO film movie, and it was the Tyson movie.
Yep.
And I think that out of anything that I've seen that was involving Mike Tyson, this was the best portrayal I've ever seen of him. And I think it's a very underrated movie, and I think it's because it was something that never really hit the theaters or whatever.
Right.
But like this dude is, like you said, he's a human specimen that's just like, I think he's very underappreciated because when you look at some of the films that he's done, and I also think it's a disservice that he isn't one of the people that was chosen to be in the Expendables. Like he's close to that age group. I don't see why. I mean, if you could put Terry Crews in there, and then when I think about Terry Crews, I think Terry Crews snuck in there only because of his body type. Because I've never really seen Terry Crews in an action movie, really.
Correction.
You know what I mean?
You've never seen Terry Crews in an action
That's
movie
what I'm
until
saying. Except the Expendables. So it's like I didn't understand that casting. I think because at the time he was kind of, he was trending. So it was like, all right, he got muscles, big guy. Let's throw him in there. I don't think he necessarily fit.
And he was so awkward in there, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I think that he should have been a person that should have been chosen for this because, I see that they added Wesley Snipes on like the third one, I think. And we all know that definitely
he should have been in there early.
Exactly. He should have been there before Terry Crews been in there. So like I get the whole Wesley Snipes thing. You know what I'm saying? Passing the 57. Can't fuck with him. Okay, so to answer that question, like the very first person that come to mind when I saw the question and I read it, and I was like, the way that you put it, you was just like, yo, who could he replace? Now, when you use the replace word, that means somebody's going out. So I have to be very careful when I say this. But the very first name that came to mind, come on, you already know who this person is. Get Steven Seagal, get the fuck out of here, man. Get out of here. Like, absolutely. Yo, Steven Seagal, listen. Steven Seagal is like one of the most overrated people. I never understood the whole stigma around this dude at all. Like,
absolutely.
And I've only really seen like maybe like 3 movies, and one of them was only because DMX was in it. Like, like Exit Wounds. It was just like, come on. Like, I mean, DMX, we got Drag On. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm watching this. Absolutely. But like, Steven Seagal, listen. Steven Seagal, is so trash. Like, yes, like Steven Seagal is the very first name that came to mind.
I'm gonna tell you what pisses me off a little bit more though is the fact that he really knows martial arts. That's what makes it even worse. That shit is horrible.
This is true. But the thing about his movies though, other than Exit Wounds, but like I say, like the stigma around Exit Wounds lifted the movie up. Like the movie, like even though he was like probably top billing in that movie, he wasn't the person that brought people to it. I don't think.
Right.
Like I think that when at this time, I mean, Exit Wounds, like around this time, Romeo Must Die was coming out. Like, DMX, his musically, he was at the top of his game at the time.
He was on top of the world.
Belly was still around that time, so it's like DMX was like a really big figure at this time. Yep. So I think DMX was bringing people to come in and see it. But like I saw like Marked for Death, I think what it was called. It wasn't a good movie. It was just like Steven Seagal movies, like the storylines was never good. Like even the way that he fought and killed people wasn't even good. Like it was nothing intriguing about him. And his fucking ponytail was so bad.
I hate that fucking ponytail, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. For Steven Seagal, right? The best thing that they did in action movies was introduce guns into them. Because without guns, Steven Seagal falls far down the list of greatest action heroes, bro. Like the fact that this dude's name is even up there with them pisses me off every time I hear his name. If I could, I wish I still had that fucking video where he was flipping them fucking dudes around, and that shit was just so fucking fake. That demonstration was the worst martial arts demonstration I've ever seen in my life, next to the one dude that was doing the nunchucks and did the backflip and slipped and hit his face and then got up and started swinging the nunchucks again. Them 2 videos to me are the same thing, bro. So for me, I grew up with, what I'm saying? Like I grew up a lot with my uncle, and his thing was action movies. So like no matter what the action movie was, that's how I know about like Jim Kelly. That's how I know about like Fred Williamson and all them, like all the, blaxploitation films and all that. He would watch like all that shit. And anytime it's an action movie, he'd be on it. Like he was the one who got me into Rambo, all that stuff, right? And so when he would like watch movies, he would watch like all the ones that go straight to HBO, like we talked about with the Tyson film, all those joints. And Steven Seagal, man, every time I would watch him, I never got it. And I would be so confused as to how this dude was getting in these movies with the fighting. Like I know a lot of the fighting is choreographed, especially now because we older. his fights looked so trash. Nothing about his fights were believable ever. He's just one of them dudes, man. Like when you see him, you look at him like, yeah, I could take him. Coming off the couch, 2 beers in, I could take Steven Seagal, bro. Like out of shape and everything. I'd whoop Steven Seagal's ass. So definitely Steven Seagal is off my list. I had a hard time with this one because, and I know I might get killed for this, but I'm taking a leap of faith.
Okay.
I had a hard time with this one, but because Die Hard is such a classic. But Bruce Willis, bro. I think he could replace Bruce Willis as a 90s action hero. If you take Die Hard and you put Michael Jai White in that, that's a 10 times better movie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Less guns, less shooting scenes, less, you know what I'm saying? You definitely gonna get a way better fight scenes. Not only that, man, like just the shit that Michael Jai White can do. Like imagine all the shit he can do, and then you give him a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like if you that's like eating hot sauce or you know what I'm saying, using hot sauce, and then somebody coming to you like, yeah, that's cool, but have you ever had ghost pepper sauce? That's what that's like. You know what I'm saying? You just took that shit up a whole nother notch, man. So I feel like he definitely could take it from Bruce Willis.
Okay. I mean that Bruce Willis crossed my mind, but like if we're talking about like people who first came to mind, I would go before him. I would go Harrison Ford. I never like, even though like there's only like maybe like 3 Harrison Ford movies I really fuck with. But if we're talking 90s, like okay, he got The Fugitive. I've loved The Fugitive, but like all of the Indiana Jones movies, it's like, yo, get those shits like out of here. Like I never understood the stigma around those movies.
I do,
and it's
I know exactly what it is.
Yo, but when I look at Harrison Ford, I don't see action. You know what I'm saying? Like I know he got the Indiana Jones joints, but it's just like I don't need any of those movies. They never put, but I know those movies wasn't made for me. But it's like, get those movies out of here. Absolutely. Like another person that came to mind was, now I don't know if you're looking at the way you're looking at it, like I don't think that this would fit what his career is. But like another name that came to mind to me was Mel Gibson. But when I look at the movies that he did, I don't think he fit. Like he doesn't fit Lethal Weapon. He doesn't fit like Braveheart and shit like that. But it's just that the way that people looked at Mel Gibson, like in the 90s, like we kind of did look at him like, when I think of Mel Gibson, like I think of Riggs. You know what I'm saying? Like he's Riggs to me. So I don't see Michael playing that part. But like the way I took the question was just like, if I could replace someone, like those are the type people that come to mind to me. Like it's just like, yo, get that.
Wasn't it Riggs? Is it Riggs and Murtaugh or Riggs and Murtaugh?
Yeah, Riggs and Murtaugh.
Okay, let me tell you something. If Michael Jai White was Murtaugh, Riggs wouldn't do shit. There would be no point in Riggs.
That's shit, fucking hilarious.
That shit would you could actually call that shit Lethal Weapon for real. If you just put Michael Jai White in there, you can really call that shit Lethal Weapon. Now that I think about it, and it would just be him on the cover with his arms folded, just you know what I'm saying, growling at motherfuckers. I totally forgot about Mel Gibson. That is actually a good one. I definitely would replace him for sure. Harrison Ford. I don't get Harrison Ford either. The only thing about Harrison Ford, though, is that he does have the Indiana Jones series, and I can't see Michael Jai White doing the Indiana Jones shit. And Star Wars. I can't see Michael Jai White doing Star Wars either.
Yeah.
But I know those ain't really technically action movies. Well, Indiana Jones might be, but I know Star Wars is sci-fi, so that's off the table. But as far as Indiana Jones, I couldn't see Michael Jai White doing Indiana Jones. So that's the only reason I probably didn't put him with Harrison Ford. But The Fugitive, for sure. I could definitely see him doing that. That's without question.
Yeah.
That's without question.
And it's like now I don't want to say that I replace him, but like I'm just now like the way that you talking about it now.
Yeah.
It's like if I'm talking about okay, look at it this way, like replacing this movie type of thing, right? What I think would have been a great movie for him to do, The One with Jet Li.
Oh, if he was in, okay. Who are you? Where are you putting him though?
But this is the thing. He would be Jet Li, so it would be multiple versions of him. So remember, it was the one version of Jet Li who was killing. Like you remember, every time you kill somebody, that one person gets stronger.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and like it became just two people,
right?
You know, that was left on the different little universes or whatever. And just to think like that would have been dope as fuck to see Michael
but it wouldn't have been no point for Jason Statham.
Well, it would be because Jason Statham was still like that cop, universal, whatever you call him, he was that was stopping people from going to different portals. But the thing is, it's like
Jason Statham can actually bust some ass though. That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be no point because he can't fuck with Michael Jai White.
So you think Jason Statham can fuck with Jet Li more? Even though we seen them in two movies, they was in war together.
I don't think he could fuck with Jet Li. I'm being honest. I didn't think he could fuck with Jet Li. I was confused.
See, I feel the same way.
I think that's why they made Jet Li fight himself. Because I was like, nah, he can't fuck with this shit, man.
No, he definitely can. And I like Jason Statham.
Yeah, I do.
But like
I do too.
But when it comes to like those two people, I don't see him. Right. I don't see him fucking with them. I don't see them fucking with them. I think they're like there are certain tiers. Like they're tier 1, but he's tier 2 though.
No, for sure.
He is tier 2, but like he's just not on that top level.
I feel like if it was between like Jackie Chan and Jet Li, I would give Jackie Chan that battle because I think Jason Statham could kind of go toe to toe with Jackie Chan for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because Jackie would fill him out first just to see like what he about, and then he'd break his shit down. But I feel like Jet Li is way too serious. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't taking no chances. He like, I'm just gonna get this motherfucker. I'm gonna clean him up and get him out the way. I feel like Jackie Chan, because I've seen him in so many different like kung fu movies and action movies, that he's playful sometimes when he fights. And I feel like he'll get that off like for the first 10 minutes just to warm up. And then like after that, he'll be like, yeah, I'm about to just go ahead and get him out of here.
Yo, Jet Li played in a movie called Unleashed. My God, he was like a dog, man.
I remember.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, it was with the dude who was the cop in Dick Tracy.
Oh man, listen. So it's so funny you say that because like when I think of Jet Li, I see him serious. Like the first time I ever seen Jet Li smile was in front of Aaliyah. Like who's not gonna smile in front of Aaliyah? Like,
and even then he was serious like the whole movie.
Yeah, until he saw her.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like
Aaliyah's gonna bring out the soft side in anybody. You hear me?
Bro.
I don't think people understood like that. Okay, we're going out. We're going.
Yeah, she was fine. Top notch fine. But like, nah, I feel like Jet Li is way too serious to be in that. Like those three, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Michael Jai White, like those three. I feel like Jet Li is the super serious one. I feel like Michael Jai White is like kind of in between, and I feel like Jackie. Did I say that right? Jet Li is super serious. Michael Jai White is so many J's. Michael Jai White is, you know what I'm saying, the in between guy. He the gray center, and then you got Jackie Chan who is just like, yo, I'm a see what you really about. Let me joke around with you a little bit. You know what I'm saying, like poke you in the neck real quick, and then you know what I'm saying, see how you react to shit like that, and then after I get tired, I'm just gonna sweep you up.
I tell you what I wish we would have got, because I know we got to move to the next one. I wish we would have got like a Wesley Snipes, Michael Jai White, like one of them being like the villain, and one of them being
Wesley Snipes as the villain, and Michael Jai White is the hero, like some Demolition Man type shit.
Yeah. You know what? Yo,
but not necessarily like in the future, just on that type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying, Michael Jai White is the guy looking for, you know what I'm saying, Wesley
Simon Phoenix.
Yeah, that should be fire. That would have been fire, bro.
That would have been. Oh man, that's a missed
Wesley Snipes
opportunity.
was roundhousing niggas on a commercial plane, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. But nah, like those are, I feel like, man, he definitely could have had his spot in the 90s, man, because not only is he, you know what I'm saying, a great fighter, but I feel like he can actually act. And that's you don't get, like, Wesley is one of those guys. For the most part, I feel like Sylvester Stallone is too. I feel like he's definitely a great actor. And Arnold, the only thing with Arnold was, I mean, they just threw him in movies because he was a physical specimen. And then, you know what I'm saying, like, he didn't really have to do shit but like punch people and throw them. So like they kind of gave him everything until, like, I feel like Predator is where he kind of did his thing for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, the acting in Predator for Arnold Schwarzenegger is not that bad.
It's not that bad.
People. Like, Bill Dukes did a worse job than Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie. You know what I'm saying? Bill Dukes is a great actor. So I'm like, I was like, okay, Arnold is cool, man. Arnold pretty cool. But I don't, you know who else? And I might get beat up for saying this too. Chuck fucking Norris. Get him out of here too. I feel like Michael Jai White can definitely take Walker, Texas Ranger, with Michael Jai White shoots through the fucking sky. It's not after syndication. It's way before syndication. That shit flies through the fucking roof. Can you imagine him going in all white bars and whooping everybody's ass as the sheriff? Oh man. That shit would have been hard in the 90s, bro. You talking about some shit people could get behind? That shit would have been fire.
So his partner would have been white, because you remember Walker had the black partner. Yeah,
he had to teach him karate and shit. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Like Walker, you know what I'm saying? He walk in there and then, you know, one of them drunk dudes, what the hell is he doing here? And then, you know, he telling you better watch your mouth. Don't forget, I am the sheriff. We don't have no Sherrison, and then he say the N-word, bow. You know what I'm saying? He kick him in the face. That shit would be hard, bro. That shit would be hard. You know, all TV shows got to do with racism at least once. That's the episode. You know what I'm saying?
Man, this dude
Walker kicks racism. That's the title. Oh shit. Man, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I think he can bring that shit back now. You talking about a fire ass movie? Oh man, that's the one.
That's hilarious.
They should just make that shit a whole movie, bro. Walker, Texas Ranger, and then, you know what I'm saying, have like Chuck Norris pass down his badge, and then you gonna see his face, and then like as soon as they pan up, it be Michael Jai White. It's over for everybody in Texas, nigga. I don't give a fuck if you got a gun, a bazooka, a tank. He gonna tear all that shit down.
That is hilarious.
That's sure, funny. Bro. All right, man. So let's get on into the next segment, man. I have a question, and this has bothered me since I seen this earlier today. So apparently 4 days ago, it was reported that the singer Mark Anthony, for those of you that didn't know he could sing, he is also I believe the ex-husband of Jennifer Lopez. But he's a famed singer before that. He has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, this is my question, because to my understanding, to be on the Walk of Fame, you technically just got to be famous and in Hollywood, right? You don't have to be like an actor or none of that shit, or do you?
No, I don't think so, because, you know,
I know you could buy them.
They got little emblems that, you know, if you're a musician, if you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. So it's just different types of fields, because, you know, directors can get it.
Yeah, now see that I understand the directors and all them, because technically, you know, Hollywood, right? Yeah. I think like Spielberg, you know what I'm saying? He should have one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bunch of guys behind the scenes that should have one, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck was Mark Anthony in?
Yo, listen.
Because I know he's been in movies.
When I saw this on the notes, I immediately started laughing.
Yeah, for sure.
That was like one of the funniest things I read today. Because the way you worded it, I'm like, oh my God, that's funny. Because only 3 things come to mind to me when I think about Mark Anthony. Okay. The very, very first thing I think of, he impregnated Jennifer Lopez not once but twice. Fact. All right. So I'm like, okay. All right, I give him that. But then the other two things is Dangerous Minds, where he plays a fucking badass teenager who's supposed to be like this scary guy, and he's like a $110, and everybody's
Wait a
afraid of
fucking
him.
minute. He was in Dangerous Minds.
Yes, he was the gang member that everybody was scared of.
The Latino dude.
Yes, that's Mark Anthony.
Okay.
And the other movie is he was the terrible father that got Peter kidnapped and fucking Man on Fire. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I know about Mark Anthony. I knew that he was a singer, but like, I ain't never hear any of his music. And like, the only reason why I might have heard a little bit of a song is when he was with Jennifer Lopez and they did some shit together. But it was just like, dude.
Hold on, wait a minute. Oh no, that's the other nigga. What's his name?
What you thinking about?
Martinez.
Oh
man, I'm gonna get killed for this because I don't think this is what the nigga who sung "Living La Vida Loca."
That's Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin. Yeah, him. That's what I'm thinking of. But he had "Living La Vida Loca." No, that's not him.
No, that's Ricky Martin.
Close.
Yo, did you hear about? Okay, but never mind, because that's gonna take us a whole nother thing. Did you hear what happened to him a couple years ago?
Who, Ricky Martin?
Yeah.
What?
This motherfucker got like sued like for my guy. He was having like a sexual relationship with like his nephew.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't. Mark Anthony, man.
Yeah,
that nigga was really living La Vida Loca. That's crazy, bro. That's fucking wild, bro.
Oh man.
That's Mark crazy. Anthony, man. He was. I mean, he was in Hackers. See, East Side Story. Didn't nobody see that. He started off in 1990. He was in The Substitute.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I get that wrong? Maybe it wasn't Dangerous.
He was talking about.
I might be thinking about The Substitute.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess. Yeah, I guess so.
Wait a minute. He wasn't in Dangerous Minds. You sure he wasn't in both of them? I might be thinking about The Substitute though, because they really was like this.
I don't see Dangerous Minds on here.
Yeah, I might have got them mixed up.
I mean, they technically the same movie.
I mean, they really is like. It's really the same movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got that wrong. My bad.
He had some movies, but I mean, like Man on Fire, that's a big one. The Substitute was a big one.
Yeah.
I guess this nigga was in a Cypress Hill. What? He did Hawthorne. Nigga worked with Romeo Santos. They just showing a bunch of music videos, bro.
Yeah, and that's why I said like he's got to be on there for a musician. He has to be on there for a musician.
He's on every goddamn thing for a musician. He on the Mask of Zorro soundtrack. That's what they showing. He was in Bringing Out, The Deal with Nicolas Cage. That's not nothing to be happy about. And then he did a song for Runaway Bride and then Man on Fire. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why he has a Walk of Fame.
It's got to be for his music. It's got to be for his music.
It would have to be. It would have to be because I know they fucked with him in Latin America.
Yeah, Latin America, like he's a big deal. He's a really big deal for them. Yeah, it has to be for that. Even though I've never heard a whole Mark Anthony song like a day in my life. Never. I
forgot. He got us. Hold on, man. I gotta find this fucking song, bro. Cause this is a song that he had that was like popping.
Yo, it says that he has a song with Will Smith and Bad Bunny in 2018.
I think that's when Will Smith was trying to do that comeback shit. Remember when he was on
that's hilarious.
when he was on Instagram all the goddamn time.
Yes, he got a song with Danny Yankee too.
Yeah, for sure. I expect that.
It's gotta be music. Well, I know I laughed at it when I first read it, but no, like
I mean, maybe this nigga
in the
don't got a
Latino
popping song.
in the Latino world, like he is very big. And then like you know that you have to pay like some shit like $75,000 or some shit like that to even get like one of those things.
Oh, he definitely paid for it. I'm not saying like because it's more than one way to get that motherfucker. Like it's like a lifetime achievement thing, or you can pay to get one.
Because
I think you
no,
got to
I
get
think that
nominated though.
you get nominated, but I still think that they gotta pay for it.
Nah, when it's the
Dude,
lifetime
because
achievement, no, when it's the
I
lifetime achievement award, because this is what I found out though. Lifetime achievement award it's a donation. You're not technically paying for it.
because I
So
remember two stories. I remember somebody saying they asked somebody why they didn't have one, and they was
mhm,
like they were just like, man, it was like, yeah, it'd be cool and all, but like I'm not paying $75,000 for
yeah,
my
that's
name to be on it. And then
yeah,
it was somebody else. I can't remember who it was, man. Somebody who just got one. It's a black female. She just got one.
right.
And she said that somebody else, I can't remember who it was, actually paid for it for her. Because
Yeah.
I think that maybe she's not like doing like very, very well financially.
Well,
And
that's why I was saying like it's a donation thing. Like when you get nominated,
yeah,
they donate the money in your name, and that's how you get it.
yo, that shit is in the hood, yo.
No, I heard.
Yo, I'm sitting there watching. Remember, I told you how I'm obsessed with like Ray Donovan again. So I'm like
Yeah.
watching that shit. And so like in the sixth season, like Ray had went, he was over there and he was walking and you could see it. And like I'm talking about we in the hood.
Yeah.
And like he's walking like out of the store and like you see like the things on the ground. I'm like,
Mhm.
damn, I
Well, see,
remember.
it's like what Times Square is now. Cause like I be seeing videos of people be out there, and it be like the dude that be painted silver doing the robot and shit. Them
Yeah.
type of people be out there, like how they be in Times Square with the mascots and shit. That's what the
Yeah.
Walk of Fame is. That's the Western Times Square.
Yeah. Hilarious. But nah, but like honestly, yo, he had to get it for music.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I don't think his IMDb is what got him there.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I'm pretty sure he has to have hits out here that people
Oh
fuck
no,
with.
for sure.
I
That's what I'm saying.
mean,
Like, cause he was like a star at one point in time.
come on, man. Look at this dude. Okay, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Mark Anthony's face and his figure.
Mm-hmm.
He impregnated Jennifer
Okay.
Lopez
Now
2 times.
his figures, maybe. You know what I'm saying? The money that this nigga had. His face, that nigga like Rami Malek to me.
Man, listen. You put these two people, you put them side by side and say they were married. They're gonna be like, yo, what is she doing?
Oh no.
Like,
Everybody knew what she was doing at that time. Like when they got married, like that nigga was popping.
that's what I'm saying. He was like, but yeah, like we his music. Let's put it this way: his music's not for me. But
Not at all. He ain't
but
Romeo.
yeah,
Okay.
but that's why he has to be there because they put like the little drama thing for like people who are actors and shit, and
Mm-hmm.
like the little filmography thing for directors, and
Yeah.
it's got to have that music sign on it. It
Okay.
has to have it.
That makes
It
sense.
has to have
Well, I'm glad we cleared that up because I was batshit confused.
it.
Moving on, man. I guess we got to get serious for a moment, man. Danny Masterson, you may know him as Hyde from that 70s show. You may also know him as the dude who looked like the older brother, which I believe was actually his brother in Malcolm in the Middle. But more famously for Hyde from that 70s show, he gets 30 years in jail for sexual assault. Which is to me, there's no backlash for this. I mean, that's what he should get. He probably should get more, to be honest with you, because I heard it was more than one woman.
Yeah, I said it was 2.
Yeah, so he definitely should. He should get life. To be honest with you, 30 is definitely not enough. But what I really wanted to get into though was Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis had to apologize because initially, because they kind of, well, technically they grew up with Danny Masterson on set. You know what I'm saying? They were all close doing that 70s show. They kind of came out and had his back. And once everything came out, it was found out that they had, pretty much sent the letter in, you know what I'm saying, as like a what is the
Like
I forgot what it's
a
called, but
character
yeah,
a character letter type of
yeah,
thing.
basically just to let the, you know what I'm saying, to let the judge see that he does have some sense of humanity, you know what I'm saying, with such, having done such a heinous act. Um, you probably heard about this same thing with Iggy Azalea, you know what I'm saying, sending in a letter for
With
Tory
Tory
Lane.
Lane. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of in that vein, but seeing how the evidence came out and everything kind of was true, they got on Instagram and they apologized for, I guess, not doing their due diligence, right?
Mhm.
Um, my thing is, or my question to you is, and this is what I really wanted to get into more so than talking about this specific topic, only because like he guilty, ain't nothing to talk
Yeah.
about, right? How do you feel about like these celebrities, man, and this whole cancel culture thing and this um seeing like how we just seen like Jennifer Aniston go through it. We seen, or we kind of seen, saying Iggy Azalea go through it as well. Um and hers not necessarily so much, but I did hear a lot of rumblings about her, you know what I'm saying, backing Tory Lanez up. Like how do you feel about some of these people who are putting their voices out there to pretty much like back up these people who are at the moment deemed guilty?
Um, to start with Ashton and Mila, like that was from my understanding. I think that they knew at least what he was being charged with,
Hmm.
and they end up writing the letter because that's how Tory shit went down. Like we
Right.
knew what Tory was charged with,
Right.
and then the character thing was for sentencing purposes.
Hmm.
So they knew what he was being charged with. And for them to write a letter, whether like, because my thing is, it's like we don't know like people's like quote unquote like home life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like if somebody come to me and ask me to write a character letter, it's like I got to do like a lot of research. Like, is this something that I
Absolutely.
want to tie my name to? Because
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, like your name is really all you got. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to really damage it for a person that was, you know, being charged with what he was being charged with.
Hmm.
Now, when I seen it, obviously they was reading from a script, and then for them to go back and forth, it really looked like a hostage video. That's what it looked
Yeah,
like.
that should look
That
bad.
that shit looked super weird.
Yeah.
And but to answer your question, it's kind of like we have gotten to a point where it's not obviously it's not what it used to be. Like we used to watch movies and listen to music and we didn't know about anybody's fucking personal life. We
Yes,
didn't know what their
unless it
house looked.
was unless it was like super super heinous.
Yeah, like we didn't and like the only way you could even learn about some of these people like back when we were coming up was like the National Enquirer and shit.
Yeah, it
Like
was all
we
tabloids.
yeah, like we didn't know what we know now. It's like
Right.
now we know everything, and I think what people are starting to figure out is like people are starting to want they stars or their favorite actor to be who they want them to be. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's like the whole thing of like, Eminem will talk about like yo, like I'm cool with my fans and shit, but like don't come up to me when I'm fucking taking a piss asking me for a picture or autograph. And then when I tell you get the fuck out of my face, then you run off and tell people that I'm an asshole. It's like, yo, it's not the appropriate time.
Yeah.
So I think that people have like this image of what they think these people are. And I think that because of the more things that we know, people are more apt to get upset with people.
Right.
And I personally don't like the whole cancel culture shit because I think people jump the gun way too fast to cancel people. But and like I wouldn't cancel if I'm gonna cancel Ashton and Mila, it's for that shit they pulled 3-4 years ago with this whole little, you know what I'm saying, I don't bath every day shit and I don't wash my legs when I bathe and all this shit. If I'm gonna cancel them, I'm canceling them for that shit.
Absolutely.
Mila, you too goddamn fine to be walking around here smelling bad. Like,
absolutely, bro.
Come on, like, are you kidding me? Like,
and not washing your fucking legs.
Like, you can't be Mila. Listen to me. The way you were looking and forgetting Sarah Marshall, like,
man, the way
every man in America
benefits.
Everybody wanted to like lick you from head to toe, and you gonna come off and tell us that you don't bathe every day? Like, come on, man. Come on.
That's not a
if I'm gonna counsel you, I'm counseling you for that.
For sure.
But like, but not on a serious note, I think people too quick, man. We know too much about these celebrities, and it's not like it used to be. Like we used to just watch movies of shit that we like, and it's like now everybody has an opinion, and they're just like immediately just canceling people, and I don't like it because I think that it's just I think people are doing it way too fast.
Yeah, man. I totally agree with you. I think what it is, just to, you know what I'm saying, to branch off of that too, is I think that excuse me, back in the day, because we couldn't see stars and we never really had a chance to see stars, and like to see a star was like a thing back in the day. Like nowadays, like there's no more mystery, there's no more myth to these guys anymore, right? Like we could just at this point we see them all the time on our phones and on the TVs and computers, but also like even to run into them now is just like, oh, this is just the regular motherfucker. Like my little sister ran into Chris Brown when she was down in Atlanta, and she just like took a video of him, and that was it. Like she wasn't trying to like meet this nigga. She wasn't trying to like stop and get the, you know what I'm saying? Like she was just so cool on it. Like, oh shit, Chris Brown took a video of the nigga and just like went into the club. And I was like, God damn, like when I was a kid, bro, if I would have seen fucking, I don't know, I don't want to say Michael Jackson because I mean that's Michael fucking Jackson, but like if I'd have seen like Will Smith, you'd have been like, oh shit, nigga, this is Will Smith. Like, Will, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers be screaming, but it's like, it's not like that anymore, man. You are completely correct. It is so funny just to see that shift. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really looking at these people like they are just regular motherfuckers now.
I mean, yeah, we see them on a regular, but even like me, like I've never been like a starstruck person.
Yeah.
Like because I guess the way I've always looked at it was like, you know, at the end of the day, like these people are, you know, where we were. Like you eat, you shit, you know what I mean? Like you do the same fucking shit we do. In most cases, either you got more talent or you was just, you know, was put in a better position or whatever the case may be to get to where you are. And it's like, and I don't know that they do certain shit to like separate themselves from us. Like, what I mean by that is like I see the way that some of them dress. I'm like, yo, like, come on.
It should be trash. Yeah,
it's like, come on, man. But it's like
way too much money to look stupid.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's just like I guess because I've like heard so many stories to where it's just like, and I told you this, like I think on 4-3, like I'm not like an autograph person. Right. So it's kind of like, because I feel like
it's autograph now.
Yeah, but like I just don't see myself now. First of all, let me say this, especially if it's a dude. If it's a dude, I don't care. Like, don't get me wrong. I got a picture with the whole 85, not the whole, but the 85 South crew. But this is because I had VIP tickets to a show.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's first and foremost, that's totally understandable. Shout out to the 85 South show and everything that they got going on, because that's them niggas. Michael Jordan walks in the room.
You know what he getting from me?
Nothing. Oh, okay. I got one for you.
I give him a head nod.
Nah, Jerry Rice.
I will give him a head nod.
Joe Montana?
Head nod. Listen, man.
Nigga,
I don't get me wrong.
Garrison Hurst.
A head nod. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I feel like, look, even though this is even not my thing, nobody gives a shit when I walk into a room. Right. What I'm saying is the amount of people that go crazy over these people.
Yeah, like, no, I'm not saying go crazy. That's not. I'm not saying that.
But I'm saying not
you
me.
Be excited though.
I'm saying, like, yeah, it'd be excited. I mean, like, yeah, I'm gonna get excited, but I'm not gonna go up to them and say, like, hey, how you doing? I'm gonna shake your hand. Like, no, because to me,
nigga, Peter Ward.
Man, come on, man. It's gotta be mad annoying, man. And I don't want to be that annoying guy that's like going up to them and
fuck that.
Man,
shit,
no, I can't,
if I see Eddie George or Ted Ginn, nigga, nah, what's up? Nah, nigga, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Shit. Fuck
I can't, man. It's just like I feel like, to me, it seems like it's tiring. It's like it's mad annoying. You just got mad people coming up to you, all random people just coming up to you, wanting shit from you. And I feel like I would be the person to go up to them after the 75th person that came up and asked them for some shit, and I'm number 76. Nah, look, man, like, God damn.
Not even Samuel L. Jackson.
Man, I can't, man.
Man, you gotta walk up to him like Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson. Like, what's up, man? Damn.
I mean, if it's a situation where it's like, if we're like walking in, like into like a room, and it's like we kind of like side by side, but like, hey, Samuel, you know what I mean? Hit him with one of those.
Cool, bro. That's way you know what I mean? Cool, nah, like, man,
I'm saying.
That's way too cool, bro. That's way too cool, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it'll be so smooth. But like, oh shit, it's Samuel. What's up? You know, I keep it pushing.
Man, hell, Samuel L. Jackson, man, I lose my shit.
He's my guy too. He's my guy.
I'm saying, man, that motherfucker cool as shit. I lose my shit, man.
I guess it really would depend on how they would interact with me after I said that. Like, if it was a situation where I was like, oh shit, Samuel, he come on, oh, what's up, young brother? Now that's different.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I want. I don't want no autograph. I don't want to take no picture. I don't even want nobody seeing us. Nigga, I just want to be like, Sam, what's up, man? Shake his hand, you know what I'm saying? Do the you know what I mean? And that's it. And I'm good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Man. Yeah, if it's that type of situation and with that close, like, like, I'm talking about, I thought you was meaning like they walk in a room and like there's just a bunch of people.
Out. Yeah, no, I ain't talking about fanning out. I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get on the elevator. That's what I'm talking. Like, you know what I'm saying? You on the elevator, motherfucking Peter Ward walking that motherfucker. You ain't gonna be what's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Peter Ward, I like, look, man, been a Florida State fan all my life.
Yeah, all right,
you know
now we talking. I'm about to say,
you took me wrong. I'm talking about, like, I'm with you. Like, I'm not asking for no pictures. Yeah. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for an autograph or any of that type shit. I would just mean it more like that. Like, I'm not gonna play it cool to the point where I'm not even gonna acknowledge these people.
Okay,
I'm gonna acknowledge them. Okay. It's just more of like, if they asked me, he was like, I'm like Peter Ward, man, look, man, I'm a huge fan. You know what I'm saying? I've been a Florida State fan all my life, blase, shit. One of my homeboys, boy number 9, because you know, little shit like that. He's like, oh shit, man, that's what's up, man. You want to pick? Now, if he asks, all right, cool.
I respect that. Okay, now,
yeah,
okay, I was about to say,
I'm not.
The way you were saying it was too goddamn cool for me. I listen. If I see Eddie George, he got to give me an IO, bro. I'm sorry.
If it's that situation, yeah. But like, I'm not. Like I'm saying, I'm not asking for the pick.
Well, I'm definitely asking for an IO from Eddie George. For the people who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm from Ohio. I like Ohio State. We do this thing called OH, and then the other person responds IO. That spells Ohio. For those who You know what I'm saying? A little bit challenged. But it's a football thing, or you know what I'm saying, it's really just a school thing. But you know what I'm saying? For those Buckeye fans out there, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna say it one time. If you can in the chat, if you're listening, you know what I'm saying, respond. OH, man.
FS.
That's crazy. That's not how that goes at all, people. That's not exactly how it's supposed to go. For my Buckeye fans, y'all know what it is, man. Hit us up on the socials and let me get that IO, man. But nah, definitely. If I see, you know what I'm saying, like if I see Tay again, bro, OH. That I don't even want to say hi. I just OH, man. You know what I'm saying? They know what it is.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you. I'm just not a huge like fan out person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I would have ran into like the 85 South crew like outside the club or some shit.
Yeah.
Like I would have been like, oh man, what's up, man? Huge fan of the show, listen all the time, blase, and keep it pushing. But like, you know what I'm saying? But like I got the picture because, you know what I'm saying, that's what came with the VIP tickets and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? And then like I say, I had played you that video that they had did for my son.
Yeah.
And like so that was dope as fuck. But like, you know what I'm saying? But they were just cool ass dudes. He was like, Carlo, like, I'm here with your daddy. He was like, man, they were like, which one? They were like, oh yeah, the tall nigga.
Yeah. Hey man,
they were just cool as fuck.
I went to go see Clayton, you know what I'm saying, for my birthday a while back. My mom took me to go see him, bro. And the first thing I said to that nigga when I walked up, I was like, Sábado Domingo. He was like, what's up, man? Took my hand and shit, bro. That was all right, bro. But that shit was, I got a picture with him, of course, but that shit was cool, man. All right, last but not least, man. We gotta clear this out. You know what I'm saying? We gotta clear this thing out with something interesting. You know, super, super interesting. I got a conspiracy.
Okay.
I've seen this on TMZ. And I don't know, you know what I'm saying, if they working overtime to clean this guy's image up or whatever. But reportedly from TMZ, Jonathan Majors has broken up a high school fight. Apparently while he was at In-N-Out. People who don't know what In-N-Out is, that's a burger restaurant in California and other places as well, but he's in California, so California. Now, okay, so we already know what happens when you get allegations, right? Those allegations tend to stick with you regardless if you've been cleared of all charges or not. We already know that people were still calling Kobe Bryant a rapist, even though, you know what I'm saying, he was cleared and we found out the lady was lying. And so even though, you know what I'm saying, we found out the lady was lying with Jonathan Majors, there's tape and everything else, there's still people out there that are willing to call him an abuser. And so I think that what they did was they found a way to get him some sympathy by first and foremost getting him together with Megan Good. I'm hoping and praying that that's a real thing because I mean, it's Megan Good. You can't go wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I hope he bagged that. That would be dope. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, especially when you get to that like superstar mode, you need you a fine ass black woman next to you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be, you know what I'm saying, any of the many of them out there, you definitely need one, especially from the industry as well. You know what I'm saying? To kind of, you know, be able to go tit for tat with you. And I think Megan Good seemed like a great choice. But then is this. He breaking up high school fights just at In-N-Out. Like, is this a real thing? Like, because to me, I feel like this may not be a real thing. I feel like sometimes TMZ be missing the mark. And I feel like this may be one of those like commercial things. Like, remember those old like NBC things, like where the dudes be on the playground about to fight, and then like the uncle from Good Times not Good Times. The uncle from Full House would walk out, break it up, and then like start talking to the camera and shit, breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
I feel like that's possibly what this shit really could have been. And the people from TMZ just needed a story, and Jonathan Majors, and then, you know what I'm saying, just trying to keep that heat going. What do you think about this, bro?
PR stunt.
I agree.
This is all staged, my guy. They staged this shit to get his name out there, to say he did a good deed. I don't blame him for one bit, because the thing is, something that Charlamagne says, what was it? Why listen to the truth when a lie's more entertaining?
Absolutely.
It's one of those things. It's like, when he had the allegations on him, Jonathan Majors everywhere. Everybody talked about it. Then when the tables got turned, where's the story? Nobody's talking about when the story flipped. And I think that what you have to do is like, okay, you're quiet right now. Nobody's talking about you. Let's throw a good deed on you. And that's a lot of that is like what Ray Donovan does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there was one situation. I say it real quick. So like the way that it starts, very first season, he had this one actor that was under his thing. He got caught with a transgender, right? So, but he got a call from one of the football players that he represented. He woke up next to a dead girl who OD'd on some drugs.
Okay.
So what Ray was able to do, and then the football player was married, or at least got a girlfriend or some shit. So he calls Ray, look, man, I just woke up, this girl is dead in my bed, all this type shit. So what he does is he get the football player out of there because the actor is getting a bad rap for being caught with his transgender. He throw him in, say it was his room, and the way they looked at it, like, look, even though this girl OD'd in his room, it's a girl.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. So like it's one of those situations, man. I think they're trying to clean them up, man. But a high school fight at the In-N-Out, but okay. However you can get it, man. However you can get it.
It's just weird. Real quick, this is the last one. Let's take a minute and a half, maybe two. Let's get to this real quick. Daytime TV shows are coming back, even though we are amidst a writers and actor strike. What do you think?
I got mixed feelings about it, mainly because for number one, I don't watch daytime TV talk shows. Like I've never really been. Yeah, and like the only daytime shit that I used to really fuck with was like Jerry Springer and like Ricky Lake and shit.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, like I don't really get into them. You know, we talked about this earlier. Like, you know, I support the writers and what they're trying to do. I think they should get paid for their creative work. But like I said, man, I got mixed feelings because I feel like, you know, I think the people who enjoy that type stuff, I'm pretty sure that they really want it to be back. I think they're very eager for that shit to come back. But do you think that she's disrespecting the people on trying to bring the show back?
I don't necessarily have mixed feelings. I feel like, truthfully, as far as like the daytime TV people go, let them get their money, man. Like daytime TV is one of those things that you go to like when you on your way out and you get into that, you know what I'm saying, like that lower stage of your career. You know, Drew Barrymore, then you got like The Talk or The Real or whatever that shit is called, and then like Jennifer Hudson, those are the two other shows. So I mean, like let them go ahead and stay on TV, please. Because if not, it's gonna be a bunch of people at home pissed. And we don't want that. We don't want that at all. So let them go ahead and do their thing. I mean, truthfully, who the fuck cares? Like them motherfuckers no, I'm serious. Like them motherfuckers be in and out, and you know what I'm saying? Like 1 minute it's this show, and the next minute is that. I remember like Carrie Underwood had a show, or one of them had a show.
Yeah.
Then or not Carrie Underwood. What's the other one?
No, not Carrie. Cheryl Underwood.
No, well, Cheryl Underwood is on The Talk or The Real or one of them, whichever one that is. But it's another one.
I thought she branched off and got her own one though too. Well, maybe she did. I don't know.
You thinking of Sherry Shepherd? You thinking?
Yes, Shepherd. Yeah, my bad. Okay.
What's the one chick that was on American Idol? One of the American Idol chicks, she got one.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson, thank you. So you know what I'm saying? Like she got one, but like truth of the matter is, it was Ellen and all them other ones at first. Listen, let them get as many fucking shows as they need. You know what I'm saying? Let them continue working, because if not, they're gonna start being in movies and TV shows, and then y'all gonna be like, why the fuck are they in these movies and TV shows? Then y'all gonna be mad about that. Let these people stay on daytime TV. Let them stay the fuck out the way.
That's fine.
Don't be mad about it. Just let them get their little bag. Well, I ain't gonna say little bag, but let them get their bag. Let them do what they do. And personally, I'm gonna be honest with you, I could give a fuck less about Drew Barrymore. You You know what I'm saying? I hope they take her down. You know what I'm saying? Because fuck her. That's why. I don't give a fuck about Drew Barrymore. I've never really been a fan of Drew Barrymore personally, but leave Jennifer Hudson alone. You know what I'm saying? Because Jennifer Hudson ain't got shit to do with this. She done been through enough shit. And leave all them women on The Real or The Talk or whichever one of them shows, the one with Cheryl, whatever her name is, Underwood, leave them alone too, because they ain't do shit. Okay. Black women and minority women got it hard enough. Let them women have their goddamn TV show. You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for all this shit going on, they probably was gonna try to find a way to kick them off to begin with. Fuck that. Run that shit. Let them have all that shit. Hopefully Drew Barrymore get kicked off so they could run back-to-back episodes of either one of them shows. That's how I feel.
That's hilarious. She's the worst Charlotte Angel, by the way.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Lucy Liu was the best.
Come on.
Hands down.
Yes.
Hands down. None of them could fight for shit, but Lucy Liu was definitely the best. I don't know how they got that role. I mean, I get it. You know, they look good.
I know why Lucy got it.
Drew Barrymore was mid, but you know, you always gotta have that one that stand out. I definitely know why Cameron Diaz got it. It was for that scene. But Lucy Liu for sure. She was the best one.
Yes.
The best looking and everything.
Yes, 100 agree.
Primo.
100% agree.
All right, man. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's move on and finish this thing out. Let's get into the coming soon, bro.
Let's do it.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, man. Coming up next, man, we have we were just talking about this earlier too. We have a movie that for some of you is one of, you know what I'm saying, those movies that you watched and it became a classic. Like for me, it became a classic. This was, well, I'm not even gonna get into it. We're just gonna say it. I can't wait till this next episode. Save the Last Dance is the next episode, the next movie that we are going to do. I'm going to save everything I have to say.
Me too. I'm gonna save it
episode because I don't even think we're going to end up talking about this movie like we usually do. We might bag this movie the whole time. Because this is a tricky one. So make sure you guys stay tuned in. Make sure you guys are there for the next episode, man. Well, once again, if you guys enjoy the behind the scenes episodes, or if you don't enjoy the behind the scenes episodes, or you know what I'm saying, if you think you tough shit and could fight Michael Jai White one-on-one, hit us up, let us know on the socials, man, on Twitter and Instagram, at View and iPod, on Facebook, VA Pod Watch Group. Also, we have a Twitter community, Viewers Anonymous. Join us in that. And if you are not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. It's only $2.99. We just did the Winning Time episodes 3 through 5. Check those out. Get there. Episode 6 is actually coming up. So get there before, you know what I'm saying, you miss out on the whole thing. And if you'd like to follow me, you can get on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, at Scoots Bronson. I got a link to in my bio. Find me everywhere else there.
And y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram and X. You can find me at 28 minutes or less pod. That's just on IG. Follow the podcast, 28 minutes or less. New episode is out, episode 134. You would appreciate this one. I did Alpo Martinez. You know what I'm saying? People know him being portrayed as Rico and Paid in Full. So I went over that, kind of combined the two a little bit. So on my gangster series on the 28 minutes or less, so go check that out. And that's all I got.
Cool, man. Listen, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. And thank you all for subscribing if you have. If not, you got to get there, man. Support. Without that, you know what I'm saying, we don't have nothing. Without you, we don't have nothing. So thank you all once again. And listen, until the next episode, man, you know what I'm saying? It's like they say in Hollywood. That's a wrap.
Cut.